The roar of the crowd can only really mean one thing. Race day has arrived here in Abu Dhabi. It's time to join our teams who are getting ready down on the grid. We have 21 corners here at the Yas Marina circuit, 12 to the left and 9 to the right. It's a total lap distance of just over 3.4 miles. There are 2 long back straights opening up some passing opportunities into the braking zones, and we expect average lap speeds of around 123 miles an hour.
My first time commentating on these guys, so I don't know who the front runners are, so I suppose we'll see them at the start of the race, and sure, Quali, we'll see who the front runners are. Williams, I've heard Williams going out for a little what would you call it? Not a respect. Well, they're going for like a lap of honor. That's it. They're going for a lap of honor in honor of Sir Frank Williams, the founder of Williams Racing, who very, very, very sadly passed away during the week. Everyone obviously deeply misses him and loves him very much, because without him there wouldn't be no such Williams Formula 1 team that everybody, I'm pretty sure everyone loves. Everybody's a Williams fan. Even if you say you're not, you know you have some bit of love for Williams. As we're underway anyway for qualifying. Doesn't appear like anybody is going out just yet. Oh, here we go. The Williams are leaving. We got one Williams driver leaving. Mr. Frosty going out in the Williams for a lap of honor for Sir Frank Williams, I believe. I'm going to remain quiet during these laps as a show of respect. So here goes Frosty anyway to start his lap. Nice turn 1, very nice. He's invalidated. Next across the line to start their lap is this McLaren of dashed Jaguar. Taking it easy to get a good run down into turn 1. Across the line to start the lap. Braking just before the 50 board here, comes in, gets a nice apex run slide, doesn't invalidate, surprising. Keeping it nice and tidy and clean through here. Run down now into the chicane just before the 50 board once again, down to about 2nd and 3rd gear. Coming up to the hairpin now before the long straight. Purple sector 1, but he's the only one to set a lap so far. Coming down the straight now, flat out of course, all the way down to here he comes now, braking just about the 100-meter board, 100-yard, whatever it is. Nice and clean through there. Yeah, on the Paradise. into the DRS zone now. He's coming down the back straight here into another little chicane, and then this chicane I find awful driving. Don't want to turn in too tight here because there's an awful sausage curb, and there too. Don't want to turn in too tight because those sausage curbs will ruin your lap. Coming around now, this little triple right-hander. Down to about third, second gear. Coming through the hotel section now. This was a good first lap, good banker lap here by Jaguar. Coming around the last couple of final corners now. And what is going to be the benchmark time set for us in this qualifying session as Jaguar comes up to the line. It is of 36.3 to get us started. See who else is on a lap. We've got the AlphaTauri of Latifi now coming through the hotel section. See how he does in his lap. He's on the medium tires, so we'll see how he does, the mediums fare to Jaguar's lap of 36.3 on the softs. He's not going to beat Jaguar, but how close will he be? He's going to be a bit off actually. It's going to be a 39.3 for Jaguar. So Red Bull on a lap. No, he's invalidated his lap. Oh, the Alpine comes up to the line and sets a 37.2. Goes P3 for the moment. See, is anybody? There comes the Williams and Mr. Frosty across the line, and he goes second with a 36.4. Puts him a 10th behind pole of a 36.3 set by Jaguar. Have we got the Aston Martin of GPK on a lap? Yes, we do. Through the triple right-hander, taking it nice and clean there, down to about second gear. Coming up through the hotel section, just want to keep it nice and clean through here. He's done that well. Oh, he's taking that nice. Oh, a little bit of oversteer there from the Aston Martin driver. Around the final corner, nice, and it's going to be a 36.7. Ah, it was a good attempt from him.
Please stand clear.
Puts him P3, 4 attempts back off the whole time. And the Alpine is into the pit. So let's go on board with the Red Bull now for his flyer. Currently coming down the straight, braking at about the 100-meter board now for this corner, all the way down to about second, third gear. Want to just keep it nice and clean through this little chicane. Do not want to take that corner too tight because you will hit that sausage curb and it will ruin your lap. Again here, don't want to cut it too much because if you hit those sausage curbs it will ruin your lap. Send you flying. Sausage curbs in these games are deadly. Up through the triple right-hander now. Nice and clean there through the hotel. Lovely, taking it nice and wide. Coming to the penultimate corner now, up to the last corner here now. Let's see how he looks. Oh, he looks like he could be on for a good lap here. It's going to be a 36 or 37.0 for Jake in the Red Bull. Puts a P5, 7/10 off the current pole time of a 36.3 set by Jaguar in the McLaren. Is there anybody else? Here's the Aston Martin coming through the hotel section. He's just on an in-lap. What about the Haas? Also on an in-lap, I'd say. Jake, he's in validation. He's invalidated. So, oh, it's a spin from Latifi. It's not what you want to be doing. Dynamo in the Haas going for a lap. Is he coming? Yes, he is. We were on board with Dynamo for this lap. Let's see what he does. Nice exit out of the last corner now, coming down to turn 1. It's going to be braking just before the 50-meter board down to about 3rd gear. Takes it in 4th. Nice and clean on the exit. Turns in lovely for that. Oh, there was a bit of twitchiness there going around that corner, but he held it well. Coming down into the chicane now, down to about 2nd, 3rd gear. He's taking it in a very high gear there. I've never seen someone take it in a high gear. Coming around 2nd gear, short shifting now to maximise traction on the exit. Come flying down the straight now, brakes at about 100-meter board before he turns in left here for the little chicane, avoiding those sausage curbs on the inside. Oh, he takes that nice. That's a good run there from the Haas driver as he hits the back straight DRS zone. Coming down now, let's see how his sector 2 fares. He's a purple sector 2, he's 1/10 up. This could be on for a good lap here from Dynamo. Very clean lap so far from him. Very clean lap. Coming through the triple right-hander now. Taking it lovely. Don't turn in, don't want to fight that sausage curve. This is coming into the hotel section now. This looks like it could be a very good lap here from Dynamo. Let's see how he does. He had a purple sector 2 coming up to the line, and he managed to 36.5, pushing the lead 2:10 on the looks like the two McLarens are on their space there. It looked like they were towing each other. Let's go on for a lap with Steadfast Moss. First flyer of the session. For the 50-meter board again. And for 4th meter, nice exit there, turning in now from the left right here. Taking that move beautifully there. Beautiful couple of corners there from Stead. Turning into the chicane now. Taking it beautifully, carrying loads of speed for the second gear now to the chicane. Once you get good and exit the chicane, then moving on straight. Opening the DRS now, hitting the speed of about 195 to 200 miles per hour.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Just before the 100-meter board slaps in the turning left here, avoiding the sausage curve from the inside to both corners there. Did not want to hit those. Opening the DRS again, flying down the second straight. Let's see how the sector 2 time fares to the others. 58.3, not the fastest we've seen on this session, but not too bad either. Turning in right there for avoiding the inside sausage curve again, coming through the hotel section now. Lovely and clean through there. Very nice, got a nice out wide. Coming around the penultimate corner now, coming up around the final corner. Let's see what kind of banker lap Stead will set for himself. Oh, loses the rear end, that's going to cost him time, but he does a 36.5, 2/10 back. That is a very decent lap attempt from Stead. Let's jump to his teammate Jaguar, who is currently on a flyer. Ah, no, he isn't. Here he goes. Our provisional pole sitter comes around the final corner now to start his lap. Let's see how he does. Just before the 50-meter board, down to about 3rd gear. Takes it in 4th. Oh, bringing nice out wide. Mr. Frosty goes fastest with a 36.1. That's a good lap from Frosty. Goes 2/10 cleared. I believe that was about 4 or 5/10 faster than his previous best. That's a good lap. You see Jaguar, he looks to be on a good lap. We'll see how he does now at the end of the sector. See what his sector times are looking like, but so far this looks like a pretty good lap here from Jaguar. The end of the straight again, just for the 100-meter board, just at the 100-meter board should I say, down in 2nd gear, avoiding the sausage curbs, taking that beautifully up into 3rd gear. Foot to the floor now before he gets to the corner, keeping it nice and tight in there. Shorting the distance of the lap to the maximum, and he sets a purple sector 2, so we could be on for a good lap here from Jaguar. Looking great so far in this little sector. Oh no, he's messed up. Don't know if he broke too late or what he did there, but that will not be good for his lap times. That will not be good at all. Give me a second, sorry guys. He's invalidated his lap now, but Jake behind him in the Red Bull. His lap is also invalidated. We've got the Alpine of... No, that's not an Alpine, sorry, that's a... Williams of Mr. Frosty, who's on another flyer and he's coming up to the line. Does he improve? He does! He goes to a 36.1, improves by almost 2 tenths. Puts him 3 tenths clear up at the moment in provisional pole. Got just under 3 minutes remaining in the session now. So in the next minute or so we'll start to see everyone flood out of the pits for their final laps. They all come back in, getting their fresh set of tyres, filling up the tank if they need be, because you never know, could have loads of fuel left over still. We could see could we have seen a few people sandbagging? Could we see the likes of Dynamo? Excuse me. Could we see the likes of Dynamo instead and the AlphaTauri coming through and snatching pole from our current provisional pole sitter, Mr. Frosty, with 36.0. Gonna watch steadfast here in the McLaren, who appears to be on a flyer lap. Taking that corner a bit wide, but that won't affect him too much. Seems to be on a good lap here so far. See how his sector 2 is. He's nearly 2 tenths down in his time. Don't think he's going to improve, but he might have another shot on it if he has enough fuel in the tank. We'll have to see here now. Coming through the triple right-hander. Then second gear for this. Coming through the hotel section now. See how cleanly he takes this. Lovely. Getting nice and wide using all of the track limits there. Coming around the penultimate corner. That's going to be an invalidation for the McLaren driver. Unfortunate for him. Don't think he was going to improve anyway, but Aston Martin at the moment on a purple sector 1. Are we about to see someone snatch pole from Mr. Frosty? Flying down the straight now, hitting speeds of just over 200 miles per hour. That's fast down there. Fastest I've seen so far. Turning in, very nice through there. Lovely and clean. Foot to the floor now as he starts bombing it down the straight.
Seconds left in the session.
Coming up now around the triple right-hander. Let's see what he does here. Getting down to the second gear for here now. Coming up through the hotel section. He is on a good lap here. Let's see what he does now. Coming up around the corner. Oh, loss of the rear end. That's going to cost him time. As he comes around the final corner. Oh, another big loss of the rear end. That cost him a lot of time there, but he improves to a 36.2 to go P2. Oh, and he's getting blocked by the Alpine there. I don't know if he was going for a lap with the Alpine. I don't know what he was doing. Let's see Jaguar out in the lap now. Let's see if there's any other cars out in the lap. McLaren instead. Yeah, he's not going to be improving on his lap. Oh, we have the AlphaTauri driver of Zlatan. He's on a purple sector too. We'll be about to see him snatch pole from Mr. Frosty. Coming up around the triple right-hander now. Taking it beautifully there. Very clean through there. Coming through the hotel now. Oh, lovely and clean through there. Around the final corner. Here he comes up to the line. What's he going to set? It's going to be a 36.3. He's going to put him up P4. It's not going to be good enough to pole for him today. Here we see the McLaren now of Jaguar. Yeah, fix your mic's all static. Here we see Jaguar now. Is he about to improve in his lap? Is he going to snatch pole from Mr. Frosty's? He's coming around the last corner. Looks like it's going to be a good lap from Dash Jaguar. What's he going to do? It's going to be a 36.0. So close. Very valid attempt from the McLaren driver. Only 400ths off the pole time of Mr. Frosty. And that. Oh, here we go for the formation lap. Trying to think of my predictions. I think I'm gonna go for a McLaren win for the Jaguar P1. I'm gonna put Frosty P2. Maybe Dynamo P3. Go for a little cheeky one. I think he was gone for a toilet break because he didn't move off the line. If you don't feel up to it as well, you can head off and do whatever you want. If you don't feel up to it. Predicted pitch stop strategy is a soft medium medium or a soft medium medium. That's an interesting one. It's giving me a 3-stop as a predicted strategy. Definitely isn't going to be a 1-stop today then. Oh, there was a goal. Come on, Arsenal. Get in. I shouldn't really be talking about football. Sorry for people who might be watching the stream if I randomly shout like about a football game. Oh, that's class. 1-0 to Arsenal. Not Old Trafford. Let's go. Alright, I'm gonna shut up football now. As they're coming around the final corner now to line up on the grid. As we have the McLaren of Jaguar sitting stranded. Ugh. Yeah, that's the last thing you want. As we're all lined up. All 13 drivers lined up on the grid. Let's see. The lights are turning on. It's 5 lights. And out we go for the... What was that? Out we go? Oh, it's a great start from the AlphaTauri. Look at the AlphaTauri on the inside. AlphaTauri takes P1. Oh, the Williams runs right as they're side by side now, coming through the second corner. They're still side by side. Oh, the Williams is backing off a little bit into the McLaren. Williams is going to have to defend from the McLaren, but the McLaren backs out of that one. Probably the better option there as well, because it didn't look like the Williams was going to leave much space for him anyway. See, instead making a move on the Alpine. Unlucky for Jake there. So lap 5 to 11 is when we can see the first pit stops. But what a start from... Great start from Zlatan, starting from Jamie, making up a couple of places there. He's running good. They're up 5 positions from starting P11. That would have been the dream start from him. Hoping he can move forward during the race. McLaren right on his tail though. McLaren will be looking to try to get past him as quick as he possibly can. Get back ahead of him and try to catch up to the Aston Martin and Alpine ahead. Oh, and an Alpine is spun and is out of the race. Slemp is out of the race. Then it's a virtual safety car. That's very unfortunate there for that Alpine driver. I'd say he did the same thing I've seen a couple of people do during qualies. There's a front wing change there for Dynamo, and I'm assuming for that Aston Martin as well. Yeah, I think so. Very unfortunate there for the Alpine driver. That's the last thing he would have wanted. It's very unfortunate there for him. But looking at the starts, Zlatan with a dream start, same with Dynamo. But Jamie, the biggest gainer there off the starts. What a start from Jamie, up from P11 to P6. 20% wear. Jesus. How was that in your tires? Are you including your audio or? So the top 5, first to 5th, all separated by just 2.57 seconds. That's not. It's very close up at the front. The top 3 all separated by just 9/10. As it's a drive-through penalty for the Aston Martin for speeding under virtual safety car. It's the last thing he would have wanted. That will not be helping his hopes in this race. We've got a great battle up at the front though with the front 3. 9/10 is all that separates first and third. It's going to be a good battle here in a minute now, I'd say, between these 3. Jaguar right on the tail of the Williams. He'll be looking to get past him as soon as he can so he can get after Zlatan in the AlphaTauri. Have a look at a move here. Oh, Mr. Frosty running a bit wide. Oh, good save from Frosty. Massive loss to the rear end there. He's got the DRS now. Jaguar, will he be able to make a move down into the corner? No, I think he's a bit too far back. Oh, he's having a look. Is he going to go for a lunge? No, he's just going to let him know he's there. Jaguar now with DRS again on this straight. Will he be able to get him here? He's going round the outside. I think he hasn't done. Yes, he does. Jaguar up to P2. Good move there around the outside of the Williams. But is the Williams going to fight back into the corner? No, he isn't. He's not close enough to fight him on that. See what's going on back here. We have a good 3-way battle back here between 4th, 5th and 6th. Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 2 and I think that's an AlphaTauri that's gone round. Yes, it has. That won't be helping him in his race. He's dropped back a good bit. He'll be needing a safety car to help his chances during this race. That's the last thing he would have wanted for his race.
And into the pits for his drive-through penalty comes the Aston Martin.
It promotes the Alpine of Dynamite and the Mercedes of Jamie up into P4 and P5. So there's another yellow flag and the AlphaTauri is round again. He's not enjoying this race, I'd say.
Jaguar now in DRS zone of Zlatan in front of him.
Latifi now set. Oh, that's a 3-second penalty, not fastest lap.
Zlatan has the better exit, but with DRS he doesn't look like he'll be able to move into this braking zone, but with DRS for the next he might be able to make it there.
Mercedes and
He's
Jamie
got,
having a
he's
look
got
at the
way
inside
better
of
run
Dynamite.
here, but he has to lift off or he's going to run to the back of him, but he's still going to come alongside him now. Down to the brake zone, he might be able to get it done before the brake zone. He's going to get it done before the brake zone. Will the Alpha Tower try to fight back? No. Dash Jaguar takes the lead.
Jaguar into the lead, so with that, will he see him pull away or
Oh,
will he see... Oh, he's gone straight
straight
on,
on.
and is that him out? What's happened there? Just went straight on. Oh, he'll be fuming from that, I'd say. What happened there? He made no attempt to... he's lost his front wing and everything.
Oh,
I don't know what happened there.
Ruined his race for him. No idea what happened.
That's very unfortunate now for Jaguar. Up into P1, he was fighting great. That's unfortunate for him. I really do feel bad for him now.
Be some comeback now. To get anywhere in this race, to get high up, he'll be some comeback. Wonder what tyres he'll put on. He's gone for the hard tyres. He might try and stretch these to the end then.
Someone just said in the comments that he's friends with Jaguar, and he said his controller batteries randomly dies, and sometimes that's probably what's happened to him. That's very unfortunate for Jaguar.
Looking down at third place, we got Jamie inside the RS zone of Dynamite. He won't be able to make a move here, but as we saw with Jaguar, we might be able to make a move into the next corner, into the next DRS zone.
What a race Jamie's having so far as well. Started P11, currently up to P4. And he's up here fighting for a podium now.
DRS
This is the
activated.
dream
He's
start
got the
he wanted.
DRS. He's going to pull to the outside.
To the outside.
And they touch. The Alpine managed to keep the spin, but unfortunately still loses the position.
See if Dynamite can stay with Jamie now. To the next time they're going down the straight and see if he can do him on the straight. We'll have to wait and see. But Jamie,
there's a yellow
up
flag.
8 positions, and the
Latifi's
AlphaTauri is round again. Latifi's out this
Full
time.
safety car.
Safety car, safety car. This is what Jaguar would have wanted now after that little incident he's just
we
had.
see people box. Latan's coming into the pits. Frosty's coming into the pits. Jamie's coming into the
We'll
pits.
see the
Dynamite's
majority of
coming
people into the
pits.
box here.
Who won't
Everybody
be the
will be
first
into the box,
person to
I'd say.
box? Everyone's boxed so far.
Jake's into the pits. Locker's into the pits. Everybody's into the pits. So let's see.
Whose
Zlatan
pit
going
mechanics can
for
do the best?
Mediums. Mediums for Frosty. Mediums for Jamie.
First non-boxer we have is Dynamo down in 9th, but Delta has slowed him right down at the final corner.
It's the mediums for Dynamite, or Steadfast, sorry. Jake has the mediums, Locker has the medium. I think everybody, that's
Dynamo's
the best
going to
choice.
gain a few
Oh,
positions here through not boxing.
Dynamite turning in a bit too much there in the pit lane. He hit the inside wall there.
Did he lose some front wing? Doesn't look like it, but he's got 3 seconds under a safety car.
Dynamite, that's not what he would have wanted now.
Making up
Won't be helping
places
his
here.
race.
Dynamo, having stopped earlier, is now up positions, and he's only 3 laps older, mediums. Jaguar is also back into the pits for a set of mediums. I see he didn't like those hard tyres, very understandable from what we've seen in other races around here. The hard tyres have not been a good tyre to be on.
Everybody's on the mediums for now.
Everyone on 0
Everyone has stopped. Except for Jaguar, who made 2 stops already.
Yeah. He stopped for some hards, then back again for his set of mediums.
That was a good choice, I'd say. The hards are definitely not a good race tire around here.
Everyone on 0 lap old mediums, well apart from Michael and Dynamo, who are both on 3 lap old hards, mediums each. Now, as Jaguar catches up to the pack, we are all back together again, but we'll probably be around for one more lap.
Yep, it'll be one more lap under safety car, I would imagine. The last lap under safety car now, before we get racing again. So, after the interesting start we've had, Zlatan P1, Frosty P2, Jamie P3, Stead P4, Jake P5, Dynamo P6, Locker P7, Dynamite P8, Michael P9, is it JP? GP, sorry, not JP, I don't know how to pronounce that name. P10.
And Jaguar P11.
Jaguar P11.
There's your money on winning, as we are now 1/3 through this race.
My money I'm winning? I would say Zlatan, because he's looked very strong and confident out at the front so far. He's been, before the safety car, he was pulling the gap to Frosty. I think it was up to about 2.5 seconds there before the safety car came out. So, I'd say he'll be focusing on getting a good start off the safety car and keeping Frosty behind, and then going on from there.
I'd also be looking at, I know he's at the back of the pack at the minute, but what looked like the fastest driver on the grid at the time, before he put it in the wall, that's Jaguar. He could be on a comeback here. There's still plenty of time to do it in this race, and tyres have put everyone on a level playing field. He just needs to get through quite a few cars first.
Safety car is in this lap. So we'll see now at the start now. Will Zlatan get the jump? Will Frosty get ahead? Will we get Jamie, who might jump Frosty? Or could we get Stead, who might jump? Could we get anyone who could jump anyone? We'll have to wait and see now. Everyone's very eager to go behind Zlatan, Frosty right on his tail. Very eager to get racing. So we go around the final corner and Zlatan goes straight away and gets the jump on Frosty. Let's have a look.
The drivers have not gone at the back, it seems. It took a while to get going as someone held them up massively.
Jaguar already looks to be gaining time on GP. So they'll get him down the straight, braking very early, and he goes to look up the inside but backs out of it, and that was a smart choice there from Jaguar, I'd say. He's much faster than this Aston Martin. He goes for the switchback, I'd say he'll have him down the straight. The Aston Martin gets better traction on the exit,
also
but the
burning his
McLaren
DRS.
will have DRS down the straight. Oh no, he won't have DRS, sorry.
Jaguar's given up here, not deploying his DRS anymore. GP still is.
I'd say Jaguar, if he gets a better exit now, we'll get him down into this corner. Doesn't look like he has. Looks like the Aston Martin has got the better traction out of the exit.
He's also still using his ERS more than Jaguar is. Well, at front, Mr. Frosty burning his ERS was still all over the back of Zlatan, and they've pulled away already
Zlatan
to a
is
second.
using a good bit of ERS as well. He's on 60%.
50% for Frosty. They're over a second nearly already away from the next people behind them.
Frosty's right on the gearbox of Zlatan anyway. I think he'll be definitely looking at trying to get a move done on this lap.
He's got 20% less ERS, that won't help him.
I'm really interested in watching Jaguar. I'd say he'll be good. He'll be a underdog now in this race for a podium position. I think if you can get past this Aston Martin, the two Aston Martins, I'd say he'll start motoring off. Oh, the Aston Martin has spun on the outside. That's the Aston Martin in the wall. He hasn't retired from the race, but I think he might have wing damage. Yes, he has.
Missing an end plate.
From wing. Missing an end plate there in his left side. That will not be good for
Frosty burning his ERS in more vain here. He's not gaining anywhere by burning it. He's way too far back to even be thinking about a move. He's now on nearly half the ERS compared to Zlatan. It's not like he's under threat from Jamie either, who's nearly a second behind him.
Jaguar had to back off a little bit from that Aston Martin spinning in front of him. It's cost him a little bit of time to GP. I'm sure he'll gain that back up on the next couple of laps. Jamie's starting to fall back a little bit from the front runners. A 10-second time penalty for the Aston Martin then.
That's not
being a bit cheeky while nobody was paying attention.
Aim to avoid cut chicane. DRS will be activated this lap as Frosty is still in the gearbox, nearly under a tenth. He's basically pushing him through these last couple of corners.
This is a great battle here in P3 with the Red Bull, McLaren and Mercedes. Oh, we've got position change. Locker's into the box. He got from wing damage.
Jaguar will be Locker is retired in the pit
lane. He's
lane.
retired from the session. So that's Locker out of this race. So he's the third driver we've lost from this race so far.
Frosty seems to have lost quite a bit of time in the first sector. He's nearly out of DRS range. He will have DRS though on the straight. But he will get DRS.
He will have DRS in the straight.
Jaguar will be wanting Zlatan to hold him back as much as possible because he does seem a faster driver at the minute, Frosty, so the quicker he gets past him, the worse he'll be for Jaguar.
Frosty right on the gearbox now of Zlatan. Will we see him get a move down into the left-hander here at the end of the back straight?
But I mean, look
DRS
at the ERS.
open, he's draining that ERS, it.
He's out while
he goes to look around the outside,
30%.
but Zlatan goes to move to cover that off.
Oh, the Red Bull makes a
Zlatan remains ahead
there from really far back. They make contact as the McLaren has to try and take avoiding action to not be hit. And there is a McLaren also. It seems to a McLaren gone wide. It's Jaguar.
Jaguar
seems to have maybe made contact because they both lost quite a bit of time.
He's not enjoying this race so far, Jaguar.
Doesn't seem to have any visible damage, but don't know. And Jake has stayed in a really ambitious move, that has to be said. Really much of a lunge, but he's still got the move done. Now he needs to see, can he hunt down Jamie? Frosty not much closer, but he's still a tenth closer than he was last lap. Not anymore though. Now we're in half a second coming down this DRS straight. And Jamie's round.
Jamie is round.
Jamie's round at the chicane.
That's not going to be good for his race.
No, don't know how he did it. Frosty's looking aggressive. He goes for a move into the chicane. He tries to go around the outside. Will he try and feed it through? Unsuccessful there. And now he'll be down the second DRS straight. He surely has him.
He's right on him. He should have him here. Surely he'll have him down here. But Zlatan gets a good exit though.
Zlatan isn't even trying to burn his ERS though. He goes around the outside. All of it.
It's going to be wheel to wheel here in the chicane. He's got to leave the space for the AlphaTauri. But he gets the move done. Frosty is now into the lead of the Grand Prix. Great move there from Frosty. He'll be trying to see if he can pull away now, or will the DRS, or will Zlatan just be quick enough to keep up with him? We'll have to wait and see. Let's see the McLaren and the Red Bull. The Red Bull slightly starting to pull away from the McLaren, nearly out of DRS range. I'd say it could be the DRS is what keeping the McLaren with that Red Bull. Very close to being out of that DRS range. Further behind.
Red Bull will also have the comfort of knowing the fact of that Stead has 3 seconds worth of time penalties.
Dynamite Danger with the new fast lap of the race, 39.7.
He is also one with time penalties. Zlatan still in DRS range though as they come through to the chicane. And he has a lot more ERS, he has nearly 30% more.
Zlatan will be close down here into the corner down here.
I won't be burning your ERS down this straight. I'd save all of it for the next one, because that's where most of the overtaking that will
Frosty's
stick will
red light
happen.
flashing. Frosty's out of ERS.
Any move down
Burning
here,
all of his ERS.
any move down here will probably not stick into the next one, as you will not have DRS and the person behind you will. So as I said, he's burning all his ERS down this straight instead, and he looks like he's going to go for a move. Frosty tries to defend, he moves to the side of the track, he goes to the
Go for a
inside.
lunge.
Michael is out at the first corner.
Oh, there's contact between
Safety
them, and there's
car.
contact again, and Frosty spot. Oh, Frosty. Good save
He'll
from
have to
Frosty,
keep that.
just about saved that. He
I
does
feel like
lose a
Jake will have to
position
give
from
that.
that.
Will Jake not have to give that position back?
No, Jake won't have to give that position back because
he
Frosty half spun and he passed him when Frosty was spun.
But I'd say Frosty was still very much on the track at the time.
So we're in for a second safety car of the race.
Will anyone go into the pits? It'll be maybe a good time to box runners and mediums, but it might be a bit too early.
Zlatan staying out, Jake
Everyone's-
staying out, Frosty staying
Stead
out.
into the pits. Stead and Dynamo into the pits.
Stead
Dynamo was
and
one of the
Dynamo
ones that
and
was.
Jamie into the pits.
Stead was one
Stead's
of
going very slow into the pit lane there. And
Dynamo will be
GP and
liking
the Aston
this. He
Martin
was-
also into the pits.
the Dynamo was one of the ones that was
Forgot-
on the old mediums compared to the other ones. He'll be appreciating
Putting hards
this
on
one.
for the McLaren, hards for the Mercedes,
It's softs for
softs
Dynamo.
for the Haas. With the Aston Martin, all it's at a medium, so
I'd say
a lot of different strategies.
your
going
best
on
bet,
here.
your softs will die at the end of the race. They will be off the cliff.
Oh, GP going straight into the back of Jamie there. Don't think he got damage from that.
No time penalty.
Don't think so.
Dynamo's tyres will be off the cliff by the end of the race. Unless
the
he
top 5 is looking a lot different from the last time now. So Zlatan still in the lead. Jake into P2 this time. Mr. Frosty in P3. Dynamite in P4. And Jaguar in P5.
Jaguar's still there in P5. The comeback's going well for him so far. With his teammate behind him who's on hards, he'll hope he can defend for him instead of try to attack him.
Have you included your audio? Or are you just...
Yeah,
I said, did you include your...
yeah, I've included my audio.
Ah, okay, I was wondering.
I haven't just been commentating on nothing this entire
Yeah, I
time.
was wondering. That's why I was wondering.
I hope I haven't. Yes, I've included my audio.
Okay, cool.
Can't wait to be commentating on nothing this entire time.
Sorry, I had to cough. I didn't want to cough that much.
Safety car will be out for another lap, it seems. Yep.
Right, so 15 laps to go. About 14 or 15 laps to go once the safety car comes in. What are your predictions so far? What are your predictions from here for the end of the race?
I still would put, at the minute, I'm going to stick to my guns and say Jaguar's still going to be able to find his way through the pack and win the race as long as nothing unfortunate happens to him like another spin.
Going for a bit of a controversial one. I think I'd have to put money on Zlatan because he looks very fast out in front, and Jaguar does seem to be struggling a bit in the midfield.
I'd say
Trying to
Frosty
get
were a
past
quick,
people.
I'd say Frosty were a quicker driver than him at the time. It didn't help that the incident he had just before the safety car put him back a couple of places, but I'd say Frosty is probably the quicker driver in the top three.
Frosty could have also been quicker there. He was draining a lot of ERS. That could have contributed to the fact he was being a faster driver there. So you never know.
Also, fastest lap holder we haven't talked about, Dynamo P4 was going very quickly before the safety car came in.
Did you say Dynamo?
Dynamo, he was the quickest probably on track before the safety car came out, setting fastest laps.
How do I check there it is.
Gap. If you look for fastest lap, it's in the gap
Oh,
section.
Dynamite. Not Dynamo.
Dynamite. Well, oh, there's two people with similar names. Oh god.
Safety car coming in this lap, so. Let's see.
Oh, but all there's contact there with Dynamite. But Dynamite does get 5 seconds for collision with Frosty. Will Frosty get
And
5
so
as
does
well?
Frosty. So does Frosty. Frosty also has 5 seconds.
That could be removed at the end of the race if they don't stop.
Red Bull backing off a good bit there from the AlphaTauri. I wouldn't recommend that if I was him.
He has backed off quite a bit. It wouldn't be the stupid. But saying that, the AlphaTauri is also hugging the safety car, and now he's backed off.
He's going to do the same thing he did last time. I'd say the second the safety car peels off, he's going to... Yep, he does.
Yep.
Second the safety car peels off, he's gone. Oh, it's a much better start than the Red Bull behind him, though.
Oh, the Dynamite's
See.
around.
Dynamite's round. Oh, no. Dynamite.
JP's going side
On
by
the
side with
safety car
James, turn
restart.
1. He's going to try and put it around the outside. He gets the move
Oh, Stead
done.
is spun! Stead is spun and into the wall. Just pitted as well, just before the start of the safety car. He will not like that, and there goes his front wing also. That is not what Stead would have wanted.
Rossio all over the back of Jake here into the chicane. Will he be able to get the better exit? No.
Oh, he missed a gear there a little bit. He was hitting the limiter a small bit. With Slipstream though, will he be able to get him? Nah, it's too far back. I'd say he might, if he'd be able to keep with him now, I'd say he'd be able to get him on the second straight.
All depends on his exit through this corner. I don't want to take too much curb and bounce across it, but also
Oh, it's a good exit.
probably not good enough, especially
He's
if
got the ERS.
Jake's not burning his ERS though. Now he's just started.
He might go for a lunge. Nah, he's gonna back out of this. It'd be stupid to go for a lunge there. Oh, while this battle is happening, though, Zlatan is making a big gap for himself out in front already. Oh, it's just creeped back under a second. He had it just over a second there for a second. Yeah, he has it back. He's pulling out over a second now to Jake. So he's pulling away. Jaguar now up to P4. He's only 7 tenths behind Mr. Frosty in P3.
He's now right up behind these lot.
Dynamo as well, only right behind Jaguar, and GP only right behind Dynamo as well. So we could have a good battle on our hands here in the next lap or two once DRS gets enabled.
I think
But
Dynamo's pace may be
DRS
looking a
train
bit
front
false
as
though.
well.
I'd say Dynamo's pace is probably a bit false, being on the only one here on fresh, soft tyres. The people in front of him are on 9-lap-old mediums, he's on 2-lap-old softs. Both those laps have been under a safety car.
I thought Dynamo was about to go for a move for a second. He was looking like he was having a little look on Jaguar. A little bit of oversteer there from Jaguar. All over the rear box of Frosty is Jaguar. Jaguar with a good exit there. He's right on him. He's going to get him. Mr. Frosty looks like he is using it. Yeah, he is burning a bit of ERS. But with the slipstream, Jaguar pulls out. He's having a look up the inside.
He's going to go for it.
He's going to go for a little lunge. He does. Does he get the move to stick?
Only on the outside now. He's going to get it.
Oh,
just...
they've touched a little bit, but Jaguar does get through.
Now Dynamo
Jaguar
coming
now
through.
up to P3.
Dynamo's going to go for 1. Will he go for 2? Oh, he's getting.
He has
to
to back out of that.
being boxed in.
He couldn't move out from behind the... Oh, Jaguar running a bit wide.
And he's round.
Jaguar is spun. He's spun. Jaguar
A little bit of contact and he goes round.
I don't know. That was a bit. I don't know if you blame the Haas there for that, but just as or
The angle.
you would blame Jaguar.
So it's more racing incident. Problem was he ran really wide, which made himself a really awkward.
Jaguar.
He ran really wide, which made him have a really awkward
Yeah.
angle for the next one.
He did kind of come back on in the path of the Dynamo as well.
But Dynamo's gonna go
See,
for a
is
move
Dynamo
here
gonna
into
go
turn 1 it
No,
looks
he's
like.
not. Backing out of it,
And while all this is happening, Jake and Zlatan pulling away.
running away. We've got GP. Oh, he's a big loss of the rear end there, but he managed to hold on.
Jake gets 3 seconds.
GP a distant contender in this battle for third.
Someone's
Just within
round,
DRS
it's
range.
Dynamite. Why is everyone I'm saying going to do well ends up the wrong way round?
It's commentator's
Oh,
curse.
Dynamo's
Setting
made
up.
the move on Frosty.
Dynamo on the Haas up to P3. We've got GP in the Aston Martin. He's right on the gearbox of Mr. Frosty now. Could we see him make a move of Mr. Frosty down this back straight?
I would
Gets good
say
traction on the exit, but so does Mr. Frosty. They both have DRS. Yeah, it's a sensible option there to just hang back. A little bit of a loss of the oversteer there from Mr. Frosty.
out of everyone
Cost
here,
him a bit of time.
out of everyone here, the only people in the top 6 that I'd say ties one last to the end is Jamie and GP. Everyone else is either on 10 lap old mediums or say 3 lap old softs. Jake is now inside DRS range of Zlatan.
Just about. Oh, he's fluctuating around that.
I know.
Dynamo so with fastest lap. He's gonna start tracking down that top 2. He's not gonna have this pace for very long though, because those softs will start to drop off in the next. Oh, and he's round! Dynamo's round! Dynamo's round, and that's him gone out of contention for a podium for now. Oh, that's so unfortunate there for Dynamo. Just turned in too much, took too much curb there in the inside, lost the rear end and overcorrected it.
Jake only just managed to get his DRS. He's out of it, the range at the minute now, but he still has it. Just managed to keeping it.
JP with DRS now, and Mr. Frosty, will he be able to make a move down into here? He's gaining. He's gonna go for a lunge. Brakes late. Locks up, I think, a little bit. And he's ahead. JP
So,
in the
Frosty's
Aston
exit
Martin
is here.
ahead of Mr. Frosty. Mr. Frosty, I think, is too far back to go for a move here. Yeah, he's not going to be able to go for a move. See Jake now on the Alpha Tauri. He's within 7 tenths now of the Alpha Tauri. Does look like he's gaining a little bit. Got yellow flags, and that is Jamie who's around. Jamie in the Mercedes, I think.
Yeah, and he's round again.
Yeah, he's around. He's around again. Doesn't look like the hard tires are working for him very well. Eight tenths now in between the Red Bull of Jamie, and Jamie is out. Jamie is out of the Grand Prix.
Safety car.
He's crashed.
Why did he
And
crash?
it's yet again another safety car.
He might have clipped
Third
the
safety car.
Might have clipped
Jaguar. Oh.
might have
He
clipped
could
the
be a bit of-
inside wall in the double right hander, which will have just sent him straight across the track into the wall.
I think it was a very, very late call there from Jaguar to go into the pits. I think he spun out of the last
He's
corner.
got
and
5
lost his front wing.
seconds. Oh no, he has. Does he have 5 seconds? No, it's not him with 5 seconds, is it? But he does have a new front wing, which won't help him.
I think he lost it out of the last corner, and he hit the wall in between the pit straight and the pit lane. And I don't know if he reversed up or what he did, but it looked a bit.
Onto a set of
weird.
mediums with only 9 laps left.
I
Questionable
think mediums
choice.
is a safe option, because mediums will have very consistent pace compared to the softs.
In the other
The
race,
softs will drop off towards the end.
in the race that I did yesterday, first place won the race on 13 lap all medium softs and was still pulling away from medium runners behind him as the race ended. Like, apart from P2, which was on fresh softs, he was the quickest man on track, being on old mediums. Well, not old mediums, old softs, compared to same lap old mediums.
We see any of the front runners into the box now for a new set of tyres, or will they keep the tyres they have on to the end? I'd say we'll see 1 or 2 people in
They haven't
for a
called
set
up
of
for the
softs
safety
or
car, so
mediums.
it might be a good
See.
shout. And Zlatan's in.
Yeah, Alpha
Jake is
Tauri into
in.
the pits, Jake into the pits, GP into the
I think we
pits.
could see Dynamo in maybe. We
Dynamo
do.
would be smart for Dynamo to come in, yes.
Frosty will be praying for this Delta to go. On what rules are for when the Delta goes.
Soft tyres for Zlatan, soft tyres for Jake, soft tyres for the Aston Martin,
And Dynamo.
It's mediums for Dynamo. I'd say he didn't have another set of fresh soft tyres. I'd say
Frosty gets 3
Mr.
seconds
Frosty
trying to get some
doesn't
time.
box, doesn't pit.
He's on fresh softs. He was one of the ones that did box. But he does gain a place on Dynamo.
So we've got fresh softs on majority of the drivers now until the end of the race. Oh, Zlatan just went straight into the back of the safety car on my screen.
It doesn't look like he has been damaged, so I don't think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Top
four
4.
under the safety car on my screen.
The tyre compounds are split in half down the grid with the top 4 on softs and the bottom 4 on mediums.
So we have 5 DNFs so far in the race. We have Jamie in the Mercedes, Michael, Locker, Latifi and Slim. All unfortunately crashing out or retiring from the session.
By the way, Man United have
mine did too.
equalised.
It's only half time. Oh, I can finish this and we can. I can go watch the rest. Safety car in this lap. It's going to be an 8-lap sprint, so to the end. I think I'm going to keep my money on Zlatan for the win. I think he's been doing everything he's needed to do so far. Keeping up front, keeping just out of the DRS of Jake, keeping it consistent, keeping it clean, keeping penalty free. So I think my money for this win is on Zlatan.
I'd put JP was I think he does have fastest lap at the minute.
Well, that
No,
could
he
be
doesn't.
about,
That goes to
that could be about
Dynamo.
to change because Dynamo did set his fast lap on softs while everybody else was on
Yeah.
mediums. But now
they're
they're all
going.
front runners on. Oh,
Wasn't
here
the
we
best
go.
start in the world for Jake.
Aston Martin right on the tail of Jake. Oh, we could see a move here from the Aston Martin into the chicane here before the hairpin.
It's hard to follow up here because of the dirty air.
He doesn't go for a move, but Jake does pull away a small bit. And then he moves further back. Frosty getting very close to the gearbox of the Aston Martin there. Don't think there's been any changes in position so far, but could we see a few down into the corner
The
here?
front
The
4 are
hairpin?
too split
Oh,
up.
the chicane,
In
sorry.
fact, everyone looks too split up to make any sort of move.
Yeah, they're all too far apart for anyone to be going for any sort of move. Zlatan will just be focusing to try get outside that 1 second of Jake before DRS kicks in. Oh, and we got GP going around the outside of Jake. Will he go for a lunge? Jake covers it off. Zlatan having to back out of that one. But Frosty is now right on the tail of the Aston Martin. Dynamite with a 3-second penalty now. We're going through the triple right-handed now. Let's see. Everyone does pretty cleanly. GP looked a bit twitchy there around that. Frosty's looking very stable here, not gonna lie now. He does look looking like a threat.
Frosty on the back of GP here. Has to lift off there, nearly runs into the back of him. He took that corner quite well.
Zlatan has got that very crucial 1 second plus gap to the people behind him.
As we've seen before, Frosty is looking quick, but he's very much burning his ERS up a lot more than anyone else.
Got a good battle here going for second. All the way up to 5th now. All within the second of each other.
So remember, a
DRS
good
gets enabled.
big detail of 4th place of Mr. Frosty and 2nd place. Both have 3-second time penalties. So as it stands, it would be Dynamo 3rd and GP 2nd.
GP's right on the back of Jake now. DRS will be getting enabled this lap now, so will we start to see some overtakes being done now that DRS has been enabled? Got Jaguar right on the back of Dynamite. There's a very good battle here now. That's going to be going right till the last lap, I'd say, unless no mistakes are made. Frosty now right on the tail of GP. Oh, there's a 3-second time penalty there for Jaguar. He will not be liking that. DRS is now enabled. Jake starting to pull out a bit of a gap now to GP behind the Aston Martin. He'll be hoping to try get out outside that 1 second before the straight. Oh, Jake is spun. Jake is out. Jake is out. Jake will not be happy with that. He's been P2 for so much of the race and just lost it there on the outside. Just ran too wide and lost it on the curb on the outside. That is a sickener for Jake. Ah, I'm gutted for him. We receive Frosty with DRS now.
Dynamo could also be looking for a move here behind him. As Frosty makes a move, he has to back off here. Frosty's going to not have the best line though coming into this couple of corners, which won't help his exit.
Frosty's got his red light flashing.
No ERS,
Dynamo.
He's on 2%.
He's got a good run on him. He's a look to the outside, but Frosty moves over and covers that off. Oh, Frosty kidding loads
Dynamite
of that sausage.
and Jaguar makes a move from Dynamite in the background, taking him under brakes into the chicane. Frosty will be very vulnerable next DRS zone with having 10% ERS, which won't be helping his cause at all.
Frosty right on the tail of GP. Do remember, Frosty is the only one with penalties out of these three. Got a 3-second penalty compared to everyone's. Oh, Dynamo losing the rear end, managing to hold on to that. That was a good save there from Dynamo. Frosty once again has got the red light flash and charging up his battery. He's right on the tail of GP. GP got 60% of his battery though, so he will be using every single bit of it down the straight. Frosty, he's got the run, he's got the slipstream. He moves to the inside, and I'd say he'll get the move done before the corner, but we got Dynamo following as well. Dynamo backs out and doesn't go for a move. He's going to stick behind, and he's going to get a run on it down the straight now. Will we see Dynamo? Oh, Dynamo hits the curb. That's going to not, that won't be good for him.
Only a few laps left. Here we see
GP making a move back on Frosty. Yes, he does, moving to the outside.
Dynamite. He's going to make the move before the braking zone. With only a few laps left, Dynamo's being very passive. There is only one. It's not like both the drivers have a time penalty. Only one of them has a time penalty that he will need to get past if he wants that P2. And now Jaguar is coming up behind them as well.
And Dynamite's now out of the race. Dynamite
just
VSC.
VSC.
Oh, here we go now.
I think your money was right on Zlatan in the race.
Jaguar looks like he might be wanting his bid in on this battle now. Could be joining in on the battle for P2.
I think your money was right on Zlatan winning. Wait, full safety? That'll be
safety car. Full safety car, so.
They're going round the safety car. They've gone round the safety car, so it will definitely now be a last.
It's going to be a last lap sprint.
Safety car going to be out for one lap then?
No, it's
what's going to happen?
It's going to be a 1 lap sprint, I'd say, for the win here. Zlatan will be annoyed about that one, to be fair. He was running a perfect race out in the lead. Pulled out a
GP will now probably throw the kitchen sink at this.
Zlatan pulled out an over 3-second advantage there to P2, and that's going to be all crushed now due to the safety car. He'll be kicking it, I'd say. He was.
One person will be very frustrated. This is Frosty, who now podium chances probably out the window. Having Dynamo now right up behind him.
So Frosty will be doing well to finish P5 here. Or no, well, Jaguar has a 3-second as well, so...
Yeah, everyone else has time penalties, so as long as he doesn't mess it up, he'll probably get P4. My, like, only prediction that from a person that hasn't spun yet, GP is still here. Please don't spin now. Or it's just, you know, another commentator's curse.
I'd say safety car will be in on lap 27, so we'll get 2 laps of racing for the end, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh, Jaguar's into the pits. Is he going for a set of softs? Yes, he is.
Bit of a
Jaguar's coming in for a set of softs.
Lost his position.
Coming in.
And has to get it now back on the last lap, maybe 2.
So, I'd say we'll get 2 laps of racing here at the end now. It currently stands Latan P1, GP P2, Frosty P3, Dynamo P4, Stead P5, Jaguar P6. Who's your money on now for the win? Or the podium?
I'd probably put it on Zlatan, but underdog GP to win it.
Yeah, I've backed Zlatan since about lap 5. When he had that good start in turn 1. He looked very strong from there. He's been very good all race. He has driven a faultless race so far. No penalties. He's just kept it very clean, kept it consistent. He's done everything he's had to. So I think I'm gonna stick with my prediction of Zlatan for the win. Safety car's coming in this lap, like I predicted. So it is just going to be a 2-lap sprint for the end.
Jaguar is just going to catch up to the back of him.
Who do you think's going to get P2 after all this?
It's going to be GP or Zlatan. Which one? Don't know. It'll all depend probably on the start. If he gets him relatively quickly, it'll make it a lot easier for him.
Zlatan has done the same thing on the start every single time. The second the safety car peels away here, he's boots it. Is he going to do the same thing here?
I think GP is.
No, he's holding it off a little bit.
GP has did it quite
and
well.
He's gone. GP's done quite
GP
well there.
did a lot better than anyone else's. The 2 McLarens going to be side by side in turn 1. The other McLaren just lets him by. Team orders seem to be going into play there. Or just his teammate helping.
There's going to be no DRS
teammate.
anyway for the rest of the race, so it's going to be quite hard to overtake. The fact that there's no safety car now. Or no DRS, sorry, not safety car. Hello Matthew, how are you? Frosty's going to be pushing everything he has at this now to try to get past GP. He's going to be using ERS, everything, since there is not going to be any DRS. ERS will be their form of DRS now.
I think it might
Frosty
be a bit
having
of
a little look there. GP runs a bit deep. It's going to cost him a bit of time there. Cost him a lot of time actually. Dynamo's got a good run now. Will he be able to make a move on Frosty with the slipstream and the ERS? No, Jaguar gets past him. I wasn't expecting that now. Jaguar up into P4.
Jaguar on a late march with time penalties though.
He's gonna have to get past these guys quick.
Only 3 seconds, so it will be a fight for position with Frosty, and he runs into the back of him.
It doesn't look like he got any damage from that. I hope he didn't, because I'd love to see this battle. 4 or 5 people all battling for P2, P3, and maybe P1, but Zlatan does look like he's pulling away yet again. Zlatan with another faultless effort. Very dominating drive
back
from Zlatan.
quite a bit. I think he probably does have wing damage. Oh, they touch behind him between Dynamo instead. Instead tries to go around the inside, but a touch sends him back again. Jaguar will just be... Jaguar's gone straight on.
He's pulled over, yeah. Don't know what he was doing.
He had wing damage, he probably wasn't going to be able to defend from them anyway.
So Dynamo is going to try and stick with Frosty now for the final podium spot. As here we go, Frosty's got to run on GP. Will he be able to make a move? No, I think he's too far back here. He won't be able to make a move here. But he will be looking down the next straight now as it's the final lap of the race. He will need to get this move done on GP because he will need to get that 3-second gap to Dynamo if he wants any chance of getting a podium spot. And all Dynamo has to do is stick with him, and he looks like he's doing that just perfectly.
Yeah, but as it stands, oh no, I was about to say he's finishing P5, but Stead also has 3 seconds.
There's not really much overtaking chances here for the rest of the race, so I think it's going to finish as is unless there's any mistakes from any of the drivers, but I hope that doesn't happen. We've had enough of them today.
Dynamo just needs to keep it clean now into this last sector now, and he'll get P3.
Is it coming around the penultimate corner now? Is Latan coming around the final corner? Oh, and Frosty with a 3-second, but here comes Zlatan to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. GP comes in P2, Dynamo comes in P3, Frosty
Stead
P4,
losing out by
Stead
15
P5,
hundredths. Stead losing out by 15
Jaguar
hundredths of a
P6,
second.
and yeah, crazy.
Dash, Jaguar.
What a drive! What a drive from Zlatan, in my opinion.
Unlucky.
Very dominant drive from Zlatan. Great
really
start.
Unlucky from. Really unlucky from Stead there, losing out by 15 thousandths of a second to Frosty from the time penalties.
Who's your driver of the day?
Probably put it to Zlatan, dominant drive from start to finish. Looked only under threat at a few points at the start in the middle of the race before the safety car came out from Frosty, and then just managed to keep calm, keep composed, and win.
Yeah, I'd be close to agreeing with you there. Very, very, very dominant drive from Zlatan on P4 in the grid. He started, fought his way up to P1. He had a brilliant start, I remember, into turn 1. Got everyone into turn 1, was P1, and that was it. From then he had a little bit of contest. Who was it? I can't remember. I think it was Jaguar. He had a bit of a contest.
I think it was Frosty.
But then,
and then they collided.
Yeah, Jaguar. Remember, Jaguar went straight on after he got the lead, and then the rest is history. Zlatan he's just gone. Ran away with this very, very dominant drive from Zlatan. I'm gonna have to give him my driver of the day as well.